Welcome back to Music 5th grade. Our objective today is to perform a two-part song and read pitches on a treble clef staff. All right, scholars, to get us started off today, we have a two-part song to learn. The first part of our song is going to be an ostinato, and the ostinato is going to be the root of the 1 chord and the root of the 5 chord. We talked about this a while ago, so we are going to review. Here I have all the different musical pitches, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And we are going to figure out what the root or the bottom note of the 1 chord is and what the bottom note of the 5 chord is. Remember, we talked about how there are different ways that you can say these pitches. When we sing, we usually use do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. When we are playing on our instruments at school, we usually use letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So today, do is going to be F. Do is going to be F in our song today. F is the root of the 1 chord because do is the first note in our pitches. So F is the root of our 1 chord. To find the root of our 5 chord, we need to figure out which pitch is the 5th pitch in our ladder here. So if we just count using our normal numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we see that sol is the 5th pitch. So the 5th pitch is going to be the root or the bottom pitch of the 5 chord. To figure out what letter name it has, we just need to know our musical alphabet. Re is the next highest pitch after do, so think about the next highest pitch after F. Think about going forward in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F. We know the next pitch is G. All right, here's where it gets tricky. What is the next pitch after G? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? Wrong! Remember, there is no H in the musical alphabet. Once we get to G, we start back over at A. So our next pitch is going to be A. After A in the alphabet, A, B. Notice we're still just going up in our musical alphabet. A, B, our next one is C. We can keep going to fill up all of our scale here, all of our pitches, A, B, C, D, E, F. Notice how do and do have the same pitch. Both of them have F on them. Because remember, like I said, the musical alphabet repeats. So here's the low do. Oh, you guys probably can't hear that. Here's the low do. And here's the high do. It is the same pitch. The high one is just higher. So in our ostinato for our song today, we are going to be singing the root of the 1 chord followed by the root of the 5 chord. All right, so we know what solfege syllables we're singing. We know what letter names we're singing. We're going to sing it on the number names, though. We're going to sing it on the number names, and it's going to sound like this. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. Sing that with me, ready, go. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1 again. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. 5, 5, 1. This is our ostinato, or our repeated pattern. So we are going to be repeating that pattern over and over and over. That is one part of our song today. That is one part of our two-part song. So the first part again is 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. The melody, or the second part of our song, is actually in French. So to make our lives a little bit easier today, instead of learning French, we are going to sing it on a nonsense syllable. So today we are going to sing it on ba. So instead of the French words, we're going to say ba. If we do this activity again later, we can most definitely learn the French to it if you guys want to. But if you don't want to learn the French, that is okay too. All right, the second part sounds like this. We are now going to take it line by line. All right, my turn first. Ba, 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 ba. Your turn, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. One more time, by yourself, go. My turn, next part. Ba, 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 ba. Your turn, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. By yourself, go. Those two together sound like this. Ba, 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 ba. Your turn, with me, go. Ba, 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 ba. One more time, by yourself, go. Next part, just me. Ba, 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 ba. Your turn, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. By yourself, ready, go. Next part, my turn. Ba, 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 ba. Sing that with me, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. By yourself, here you go. Last two together sounds like this. Ba, 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 ba. Sing that with me, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. By yourself, here you go. The first two lines again sound like this. My turn, then your turn by yourself. First two. Ba, 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 ba. By yourself, here you go. Next two lines, my turn first. Ba, 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 ba. By yourself, those two lines go. Whole thing sounds like this. My turn first. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Sing that with me, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. fast tempo. Nice job. So we now know the second part, or the melody, and the first part, or the ostinato. It is now time to practice putting both of them together. I'm going to be playing both parts at the same time on the piano only. I won't be singing either of the parts, I'm just playing both of them at the same time. The first part I want you to try to listen for is the ostinato. I want to see if you can hear the 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. That's the part that you are listening to the first time. Listen for that. Here I go with both parts. Were you able to hear the lower 1, 1, 5, 5? Oh, that's not it. We're able to hear 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. If not, listen for that in the lower section this time. Again, I'm going to be playing both. You're listening for the ostinato. Here we go. Hopefully you were able to hear the 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1 that time. This time you are going to be listening for the melody, or the second part that we learned today. You're listening for the ba, 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 ba part. All right, that one should be easier to hear because it's a little bit higher. So you're listening for that part this time. Get ready. Hopefully you were able to hear that up higher going ba, 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 Alright, now I am going to start off by singing the ostinato, the 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1, while you are singing the melody, or the ba, 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 ba. We're going to be doing it at the same time, so I'm singing the ostinato, you are singing the melody. I will start off with the ostinato with you, but when you start singing the melody, I will let you know when you're supposed to be starting. I'm going to be continuing with the ostinato. I'll play the melody on the piano for you so you can hear it and you can follow along, but you will hear my voice singing the ostinato only. Alright, we're going to start the ostinato all together. I will count you in when it's time for you to take over with the melody. Remember, I'm continuing the ostinato when you start the melody. Everybody ostinato all together. It goes 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. Join me now. 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Start the melody. Here you go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. Hopefully you were able to keep up with the melody that I was playing on the piano. If you were getting distracted by my 115s, that's okay. We're going to do it 2 more times. 2 more times with you singing the melody, me singing the ostinato. Start off on the ostinato, going 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. Join me now. 1, 1, 1, 1. Start the melody. Here you go. 1, Hopefully I got some more scholars able to keep up with me that time. If not, here's your last chance. Third time, you are singing the melody. I'm singing the ostinato. Start with the ostinato. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. Join me now. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5. Melody, here you go. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. Nice work. All right, if that one was a little tricky for you, hopefully the ostinato is a little bit easier. You are now continuing the ostinato when I start singing the melody. So I'm doing the melody, you're doing the ostinato. All right, we're going to start with the ostinato together. Then I'm going to be playing the ostinato, which is what you're supposed to be singing now, while I sing the melody. So I'm playing the ostinato that you should be singing while I sing the melody. We're going to start together with the ostinato though. So everybody get ready. Going 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. Keep going. Here I start. Ba 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 ba. Hopefully you were able to keep up with the piano that you could hear and not get distracted by my melody. If not, we got 2 more tries, so no worries. Starting with the ostinato together again. Remember to keep doing the ostinato when I'm singing the melody. Ostinato, ready, go. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. Keep going. Here I go. Ba 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 ba. Last time. You're still doing the ostinato. I'm still doing the melody. If you were not able to get it the past 2 times, try your very, very best to block me out this time and only listen to the piano that is your part. We're all starting with the ostinato together. 1, 2, ostinato. 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1. Keep going. Here I go. Ba 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 ba. Hopefully we were all able to end together at the same time. This is really, really tricky stuff, especially to do online. So I'm really proud of all the scholars who are trying their very best to make sure that they are able to sing one different part while I'm singing another part. Nice job practicing an ostinato with a melody in our song today. All right, for the rest of class today, we are going to be practicing reading different pitches on flashcards. We're going to be practicing spelling out words that we figure out by reading the pitches on the treble clef staff. All right, scholars. So on my screen now, you should see on this side a labeled treble clef staff. And on this side, you should see a bunch of notes on a treble clef staff. We are going to work together now to figure out what word this combination of notes is spelling. So to start us off, we are going to look at our first note, which is a little bit tricky because it's on an added line. Our labeled treble clef only has the 5 lines that a staff usually has, so we need to figure out what this bottom added line is. Remember, when you add a line below a staff, you are adding lower notes. You're adding a lower space and a lower line. So when we're getting lower on the staff, we need to think about going backwards in the alphabet. So I'm going to go ahead and add another line on our staff right here, which means we added another space and another line note. To figure out what space note we added, we think about our backwards alphabet. We see our music alphabet already going backwards, G, F, E. What letter comes before E in the alphabet? A, B, C, D. So this space right here is D. But our note is not in the added space, it's in the added line. So we need to go backwards one more to figure out what our new line is. I'm going to put that one in blue. If we continue to go backwards in our alphabet, G, F, E, D, C comes before D in the alphabet. So that makes our bottom line here C. So we now have the first letter to our mystery word. We know the first letter of our word is C. Now we need to figure out what letter goes with this pitch. I see that it's a space note because it is in between two lines. I'm going to go to my labeled staff right here and figure out which space this note is on. It's on the first, second space. So on my labeled staff, I'm looking at the first and the second space. The second space tells me that this note is A. There's a couple ways that you can figure out what these two notes are. First of all, we know that they're on a line because there's a line going through the center of the circle. We also know that they are the same note because they are both on the same line. So you can figure out that this note, what this note is, by thinking about the musical alphabet. It is the line right above the space that we just figured out. So you know that it is the next pitch up because it always moves in alphabetical order. It goes line, space, or space, line, space, line. So this line is going to be the pitch directly above A that we just figured out. So when we're going up, we go forward in the musical alphabet. So we're thinking about the letter that comes after A in the alphabet, which we know is B. If that's hard for you to think about in terms of the note that you just figured out, you can go back to your labeled staff and think about which space or line it is on. We already said that it's on a line. It's on the 1, 2, 3, third line. So I'm going to my staff and counting 1, 2, 3. And we see that the third line is always labeled as B. This next one should be pretty easy because we already figured it out. We can see that it's on the same space as our A is. So we know that this space is still A. It's a different note, but it's on the same space for A. There's a couple ways to figure out what this note is. The first way is you can see that it is the line directly below the A that we just figured out. So that means that we have to go backwards in our musical alphabet one letter to figure out what this line is. If it's not easy for you to think backwards from A, because you're so used to our normal alphabet where A is the first letter, that's fine. You can count which line or space it's on and track back to your labeled staff. I know that this note is on a line because the line is going through the center. I know it's on the 1, 2, second line from the bottom. So I'm going to my staff and counting 1, 2. I see that the second line is G. Remember, G is the letter that comes before A in the musical alphabet. Our musical alphabet goes A to G. It'll always go A to G. So G is the letter that comes before A, because our musical alphabet is A through G, repeated over and over and over. All right, hopefully you're starting to get an idea of what our word is, but we have one final letter to get through. It is on a space because there are two lines above, or a line above and a line below it, so we know it's a space note. I'm going to count which space it's on. It's on the 1, 2, 3, 4th space. So I'm going to my staff over here and counting 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and it is an E. Take a couple seconds to figure out what word we just spelled. We spelled the word cabbage. All right. I'm going to walk you through what our exit ticket is going to look like now. So as always, you're going to the 5th grade music Google Classroom. You're going to click on classwork, and you're clicking on your class name, either Purdue or UT, and today's date, either 10/21 or 10/22 exit ticket. You are then clicking on the Google form, and this one looks a lot easier, thankfully, than the one that we just did together. But it is the same process. You're figuring out which word these 3 pitches are spelling and in what order. Remember, just like a book, we read left to right. So it's not bottom to top that I'm asking or top to bottom. I'm asking you to read left to right. Figure out which combination of pitches is shown up here. Click submit, and then you are good to go. You have the rest of class time to complete this. I'm going to put the labeled staff back on your screen to help you out. All right, scholars, cannot wait to see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.